Hi everyone, my name is Mariah Baker and I'm a senior English major and environmental studies minor here at Sewanee. I've been lucky enough to serve as a Canale intern for the last 2 years, and like so many of us working with the Office of Civic Engagement, I can't imagine my Sewanee experience without the service component. If you've ever been to downtown Sewanee, and I use air quotes here when I say downtown, you've probably driven past a little brick building that has Folks at Home written on one side and Sewanee Holistic Health written on the other. I personally hadn't noticed the building until I found myself walking down from campus with 141 University Avenue plugged into my trusty iPhone's GPS. Although this part of my story starts in spring 2016, my experience with community service started about 4 years prior. So I feel like it's only fair that I fill you in. I personally feel most alive when I have the chance to be my authentic self. Usually this means connecting with others, and as someone who thrives on quality time and genuine conversation, relationships are so important to my everyday life. It's no wonder that most of my service work is spent investing in these special relationships. Upon reflecting on the first semester of my sophomore year here at Sewanee, I was happy with my grades, my social life, my job, but I knew something was missing. I wanted to become more involved, and I wanted a chance to give back to the community that in only a year and a half had already given me so much. In high school, I found myself in a similar situation. By the time we graduated, we needed to accumulate 100 community service hours. I wanted to ensure that I was doing work that I loved and not just working for the hours I needed. I brainstormed with my parents, and my mom reminded me of my hobbies when I was a kid. One of my favorite activities was visiting a close neighbor, a retired pediatrician, and he would sit on his front porch with my younger brother Sam and I. And Sam was just learning to read at the time, so he would go for walks to Dr. John's house and lug a selection of books with him. Sam would read out loud, and Dr. John would listen with a big smile on his face, and they both enjoyed these special moments. When seeking out volunteer opportunities as a freshman, I knew I wanted to participate in something that brought out more meaning to volunteer work. After searching for a few months, I decided to develop a volunteer program on my own that matched high school students with senior citizens. It was my hope that by reading together, more connections would be made. Growing up in Florida, there was and is no shortage of retirement homes nearby. There was one just 5 minutes from my high school, Florida Presbyterian Homes. I began reading to one resident twice a week, and slowly but surely, the program grew. It started to spread to my friends and then their friends, and by my senior year, I had a group of students who came with me weekly to Florida Presbyterian Homes. Returning to Sewanee for Easter 2016, I was excited to see if I could take on a similar project just at the university level. My work study supervisor, Pam Byerly, encouraged me to visit Folks at Home, and I absolutely fell in love. I was thrilled to meet then Executive Director of Folks at Home, Kathleen O'Donoghue, and I expressed my desire to continue the meaningful work that I started in high school. Kathleen introduced me to Eleanor Dallas, a Sewanee resident that I began meeting with in January of that year, and currently I work at my site on Tuesdays and Thursdays, usually for 2 to 3 hours a day, and then I visit Eleanor on Thursdays. I also have a new client in the rotation, and sometimes we swap Thursday afternoon visits. While I'm in the office, I assist with contacting Folks at Home clients, many of whom are homebound and need to be checked in on when the weather is less than ideal for driving or walking. And I also get in touch with potential vendors, people who provide Folks at Home clients with accounting, housekeeping, or caretaker services, just to name a few. This year, I focused on programming and press releases, so I've been developing my skills in 2 new areas. Using my English major, I've helped our lovely Vistas edit grant proposals, which are so essential for supporting our programming and our day-to-day operations. I found my time with the organization to be so rewarding and momentous, and I highly recommend working with Folks at Home. Spending time with the elderly isn't the right fit for everyone, but starting with common ground, like a good book, can bridge the gap that in some cases spans 6 decades. My work as a Canale intern has given me connections to this place that not many students can claim. I've immersed myself in this community, and I can count a few 80-year-olds as close friends. I've learned so much more about this place and about myself than I expected. Wherever I go next, I know I'll always think fondly of my days with Folks at Home, and better yet, I'll always have the sweetest Sewanee pen pals. Thank you so much to the Office of Civic Engagement and to John Canale for supporting the work that we do.